and then we will actually start the concert. All right. Could we switch to speaker view, please? All right, Jeff, could you put us in speaker view and then hand over hosting?
Yep.
Awesome. All right. Welcome, everyone, to the feature concert for the 2021 Portsmouth Maritime Folk Festival. 2 years in the making, and not what we expected. 21 years ago, Jeff Warner and Peter Contrastano created this festival to celebrate New England and Portsmouth's maritime culture and history, and especially the music thereof. And the festival went great for 20 years, and then the board kind of burned out and decided that they were going to end the festival. Our community loves this kind of music and said, no, you can't end it. And I got kind of shoved to the front of that parade, so now I'm allegedly in charge of this thing. But I really could not have done it without everyone else who helped out. The former board who trusted us to take this festival over. Yes, voluntold to lead, yes. The former board, some of whom stayed around to help with the transition and who were willing to turn their precious baby over to us. All the new volunteers who stepped up, and especially our current group of the board, Nick Noble, our treasurer, Gail Finn, our secretary, who along with Jamie Bishop and Kate Clifford and Persis Thorndike have really done nearly all of the work to get the artists together, to get the schedule together, to draft the volunteers, to arrange them and get their assignments and their training. They've all done an insane amount of work. Rob, who's maintained the website, Jeff, who's kept the Zoom Sings running, and all the advisory committee people. It's been amazing. It's been great. And if any of you want to get involved, there is room for you. We don't want to burn out. We want to keep a large pool of volunteers. Yes, there's the board, which technically has to vote if we want to spend money, but otherwise, everyone gets input. If you want to be involved, let us know, step up. And also, just yet another reminder, we are a volunteer organization. We are a nonprofit. We spend pretty much all of our money paying artists, which I think we all agree is important. We have a tiny overhead for like web hosting costs and stuff like that, occasional photocopying, but mostly the money goes to the artists. So if you haven't already, please visit the donation link, which will be in the chat momentarily, I'm sure. Oh, wow, that was great timing. And throw us a couple of farthings to help keep this thing going and make sure that the artists get paid properly. So with that said, I want to introduce our MC for the evening, the aforementioned Nick Noble. He's our treasurer. He's also the host of The Folk Revival with Nick Noble on WICN FM in Worcester. Just celebrated his 700th show Thursday night. So in between preparing for this, he's been preparing for that show, which was quite the celebration. It was a lot of fun. So he is going to take us through. He's also run the songwriting competition for the last 2 years. So we're going to be hearing from him. We're going to be hearing from the winners of last year's and this year's songwriting competitions. And we're going to be hearing from our featured performers. Larry Kaplan, who somehow has not actually appeared at this festival before, has been a legend writing songs about the sea, about New England, about especially Connecticut. My personal favorite is the Twister, the one that wrecked Bradley Airport when I was a kid. Ron and Natalie Daise, who are absolutely brilliant interpreters of the Gullah culture of coastal Carolina. And if you're a little bit younger than me, you probably watched the show they were in on Nickelodeon. I've seen them at a couple of festivals, had the chance to sing with them. They're amazing. You're in for a great time. And AJ Wright, who was, for a brief while, my boss as the shanty foreman at Mystic Seaport Museum, steeped in this tradition growing up, brilliant singer, brilliant interpreter, and we are going to have a good time. Take it away, Nick.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you very much, and welcome everyone to the 21st, though not the 21st annual Portsmouth Maritime Folk Festival virtual this year. Let me explain what's going to happen. First of all, I am going to ask everyone except performers or hosts, Chris or myself, to mute while other people are performing. Secondly, the lineup is going to be like this. We're going to open with one of our two, it was a tie this year, one of our two songwriting winners. Don Bryan, who's off in Australia, will open with his winning song. And then Larry Kaplan. Larry Kaplan will be our feature performer. After Larry, John O'Gray, who's here. Hi, John. I see you. And John O'Gray is going to play perform his tying winning song as well. And then Ron and Natalie will deliver us of their brilliance. After Ron and Natalie, we'll hear last year's winner, Stuart Marcus, with his song. He never got a chance to perform at the festival last year because there was no festival last year. And then we'll close out with the brilliant AJ Wright, one of my favorite performers as well, also a favorite of some of the younger members of my listening body who were present when she appeared on my show and had a lot more fun. I think she had a lot more fun with the little kids. It was a great time. So without further ado, before that, I do want to mention once again, and Lynn is on the case, we did really well this morning with donations. Obviously, many of you have already given and supported the festival. That's great, but the festival is for you, but it can't happen without you. So if you can go online when you get a chance, Lynn has put that, once again, the link in the chat, and make a donation anytime this evening. That would be wonderful. Okay, I'm going to shut up now, and I'm going to welcome with one of the two winning songs at this year's Portsmouth Maritime Folk Festival songwriting competition, all the way over in Australia. Happy Sunday morning, Don Bryan.
Hey, thanks, Nick, and thanks, Chris, for the opportunity to sing this. This particular song is a product of our living on Norfolk Island, which is a little island about 7 miles long, 1,000 miles east of Australia, in the middle of the Pacific, in the area which was known as the Middle Ground during the sail whaling days, and thousands of ships, including a lot of American ships, visited there to recruit. One of the ships which I sing about in the song is the California, which brought the wife of the captain, Elizabeth Brightman, who actually gave birth on the island. Sue and I have been researching these songs for quite some time, and we've spent a very satisfying time in New Bedford researching the logbooks of those whaling ships, and thanks to Lynn. The tune is by one of our singers that we used to sing with, was John Warner, and he's generously adapted the tune of his that I used. And so this is we've actually just recorded this actually on 40 Degrees South. You can get it on Bandcamp. We just made our COVID CD, which is called Crossing the Line. I left New Bedford and my home, whaling in the South Pacific. After sperm whales we did roam on the Middle Ground. I left my family and my friends. The California now sends me to the ocean's farthest ends on the Middle Ground. From Rio south around Cape Horn, whaling in the South Pacific, new set sails in tatters torn on the Middle Ground. The work is hard, the pleasures few, the water cold, the food is too. They feed us slush and call it stew on the Middle Ground. From New Zealand's icy gales, whaling in the South Pacific, northward then we bend new sails on the Middle Ground. Until we reach that rocky pile, the thought of it still makes me smile. Landed safe on Norfolk's Isle on the Middle Ground. Wettles there we took on board, whaling in the South Pacific, salted beef and bacon stored on the middle ground. Plantain, pork pie, figs a treat, guava, corn and tatties sweet. Better food you'll never eat on the middle ground. The captain's wife has gone ashore, whaling in the South Pacific. We'll be here a few months more on the middle ground. Cruising in the winter sun, humpbacks on their northern run. The largest fish tried out 10 ton on the middle ground. The Norfolk men have joined the crew, whaling in the South Pacific. Better boat steerers are few on the middle ground. We say farewell to the girls on shore, their open smiles we'll see no more. We'll be gone 3 years or 4 from the middle ground, from the middle ground.
Thank you, Don. What a great song. And of course, I've heard it before, so I was singing along. I hope for the day when we can all gather together in some place and you can sing that song, and within 2 or 3 verses, everyone will have picked up the chorus. Thank you, Don.
Thank you.
I'd like to again ask folks to mute themselves, except for the next artist I am introducing, featured performer and one of my heroes. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Larry Kaplan.
Thanks, Nick. Thank you. That was a wonderful song. Thank you for performing it. I thought I'd just start with a song that has to do with commerce in the pre-trucking air delivery days along the Labrador coast. It's called the Hudson's Bay Company. The Bay Rupert was a vessel that plied the eastern shore of the Arctic lands to deliver goods and materials to the small villages that did not have access to any other means to get their yearly supplies. This is a story about the vessel that ran aground in a Moravian mission, and I'll leave it there. Oh, the Hudson's Bay Company run ships in the summertime, and they stock the stores of the Labrador, and they stock them full for the winter time. Bay Rupert sailed in 28, bound out for Baffinland. But to get to Hopedale, don't you know, you'd be better off by land. Oh, they got no charts for the Labrador. All you hear is stay away, for it's rocks and ice, dark as hell at night from old Jack Lane's way. The Bromfield Bay, they've got wooden ships, steaming ships, they got frozen men below. Mountains right beneath your keels, so for God's sake, don't you go. She had shoes and coffee, boots and tea. She had butter pipes and bridles, sleeping bags and saddle soap. And she brought a gross of Bibles. She was open wide, pushing through the tide. When she hit them granite rocks, both her ends went down with a mighty sound, and her middle opened up. Oh, they got no charts for the Labrador. All you hear is stay away, for it's rocks and ice, dark as hell at night from old Jack Lane's way. The Bromfield Bay, they've got wooden ships, steaming ships, they got frozen men below. Mountains right beneath your keels, so for God's sake, don't you go. It was Sunday when that ship went down, and the town was all to pray. No missionary ministers or the words of God could have kept them there. All's lost, Captain cried, and we'll never sail no more. All's found, yelled the Eskimo as they waited by the shore. Oh, they got no charts for the Labrador. All you hear is stay away, for it's rocks and ice, dark as hell at night from old Jack Lane's way. Bromfield Bay, they got wooden ships, steaming ships, they got frozen men below. Mountains right beneath your keel, so for God's sake don't you go. When the tide come in, all those goods to do, and they saved them from the sea. And they said it's great doing business with the Hudson's Bay Company. They had shoes and coffee, boots and tea, butter, pipes and bridles, sleeping bags and saddles. So, what the hell with all them Bibles? Oh, they got no charts for the Labrador. All you hear is stay away, for it's rocks and ice, dark as hell at night from a Jack Lane's way. They got wooden ships, steaming ships, they got frozen men below. Mountains right beneath your keel, so for God's sake don't you go. They got mountains right beneath your keel, so for God's sake don't you go. I think that demands a bit of an apology, and that is I used the word Eskimo there because it was when I originally wrote it. That word keeps slipping out, but it really should be Inuit, and that's the proper word and the word I really wanted to see. So my apologies for anyone who might have been taken aback by that. This is a song that it's about my grandparents, and the history is interesting. They were the first one of the first families to Jewish families to come to Portland, Sebago Village, actually, their ancestors, and for a long time they toyed with mariners, being mariners. Never quite did that, but this is a song I call True Enough. Well, she's 21 feet at the water line. She draws 3 feet in the tide. There ain't nothing wrong with her. Let's start with that. Look her over, I'm going inside. She was his to begin with. She was here long before, so we kept civil company. But he changed her name to the Isabel on the day that he married me. Well, we never had money, and he just didn't care. He said money was never the plan. Just a slow, sorry river and a loner man's song, and the main sheet in his hand. And me never thinking that there once was a time when I fancied the whistling trains, when the sweetest song was a sailor's tune, and the wind skipping over the waves. stand alone in your garden, you plant for the year, you raised your kids, and you kept them in school. You put food on the table, and you put love in their hearts. Wasn't easy, you know, but women aren't fools. There she sits on her blocks with the weeds at her keel, the paint peeling like a sad tear. But she never tacked easy, she was slow off the wind. Shoal water, she was trouble to steer. Well, she's 21 feet at the waterline. She draws 3 feet in the tide. For his price you can have her, she'll be yours fully found. Her time's over, and I'm going inside. She was his to begin with, she was here long before, so we kept still company. But he changed her name to the Isabel on the day that he married me. And he changed her name to the Isabel on the day that he married me. I'd like to sing a song now in memory of the late Kendall Morse, who passed away in April of this year. Kendall was a good friend to many people. Humorist, Coast Guard veteran, author, and a Grammy-nominated musician. Kendall was a man of many, many skills and abilities. He's left a legacy of great humor, but also wonderful songs. And his career spans 86 years. And during those years, he was a Coast Guardsman. He worked for the U.S., the Maine Department of Marine Resources. And then he became a full-time, he called himself an entertainer and teller of the truth. But what he did was really channel what was then a nascent notion of Maine humor. And he kind of gave it back to people and said, here's what we're proud of in the state of Maine, our fierce independence and that down east humor. I think of one story that just I have to tell you. He just, in a very matter-of-fact manner, described a hunter who accidentally shot his co-hunter, was bringing his dead body to a farmer, and he said, "I just don't know how this happened. I just shot the man." He said, "I could have sworn he was a deer." And the hunter told the man, "I just can't believe he's dead." And the farmer looked at him, and as Kendall tells the story, "Well, he might have lived if you hadn't gutted him." Just the kind of surprises that Kendall would give us. And what I want to do is sing a song that he asked me to help him finish. It has to be probably his last song. And to show you the kernels of beautiful poetry to the song, I put it together in verses with a chorus. Of course, in Kendall's inimitable way, I played it for him, and he said, "Well, yeah, do what you want with it." I didn't know if that meant he liked it, but I learned later he was actually very proud that someone even paid attention to the song. Yet, with all the success he had in sharing music, he should have known better. So this is posthumous first singing of Kendall's song, "The Last Whale Hunt." And written it. It's copyrighted now in his name, and just presented to Jackie, his wife, and to his daughter Elaine. So Kendall, will miss you. You've been a big part of the maritime tradition all over New England. So here's the Kendall version with a few changes by me with his approval. The Last Whale Hunt. When I was a young man, well, I dreamed of life at sea, for adventure and for riches, how that dream did capture me. But whaling life is bitter, and the owners get the gold, and we settle for a pittance when the last of oil is sold. Ever since I was a young man, I've been hunting for the whale. Thank God I am alive today to tell you all this tale. That's the chorus. Ever since I was a young man, I've been hunting for the whale. Thank God I am alive today to tell you all this tale. Yes, ever since I was a young man, I've hunted for the whale all around the world's great seas. My trade was over sail, but I'm tired of the killing, and I'm tired of the sea, and the voices of my loved ones are a-calling after me. Ever since I was a young man, I've been hunting for the whale. Thank God I am alive today to tell you all this tale. For the ship was always stinking, and the bunks were always wet. All the years that I did waste, they did fill me with regret. When this voyage is all done, and I am safe ashore, I'll turn my back on this old life and chase the whale no more. Ever since I was a young man, I've been hunting for the whale. Thank God I am alive today to tell you all this tale. Last week from high the masthead came a great and joyful cry. Oh, there she spouts and sounds and shouts, our ship was full and by. Oh, we chased him with our longboats till he damn near wore us out. But sperm whales of the killing kind and his fluke stove in our boat. Ever since I was a young man, I've been hunting for the whale. Thank God I am alive today to tell you all this tale. For the harpoon and the first mate, well, they met their fate that day. I've lost my love for whaling boys, I can no longer stay. Our hold's now full of whale oil, and there's no more need to row. Fair winds are on our quarter now, so I am rolling low. Ever since I was a young man, I've been hunting for the whale. Thank God I am alive today to tell you all this tale. Ever since I was a young man, I've been hunting for the whale. Thank God I am alive today to tell you all this tale. Kendall Morris. Nick, I don't know. Are you still on the Zoom call? I see.
I'm still here.
Okay, good.
Would you miss me?
Well, this technology always worries me. Is you could be singing to.
I'll let you know when you have one more song to go.
Okay, to crickets.
You're doing great, Larry. Thank you.
Thanks. I live at the end of the Connecticut River, and that river is a tricky river to navigate. You know, it has lots of bars, sandbars, and in fact, the whole area around Middletown is built up from a bar. not that kind of bar, but a sandbar, and you'll see trees and vegetation that wouldn't make you think that it actually was just silt and dirt that had accumulated. But it was a navigation hazard during the steamboat days on the Connecticut River. So that industry never really flourished. Small vessels did do the work, and there were many smaller steam-powered vessels up and down the Connecticut River. It's a tidal river, so I had this thought that the river goes up and the river goes down. Those who watch the river know that's the case. So this is a song in homage to all those intrepid mariners who shoveled coal to make their living up and down the Connecticut River, as far up as Hartford and sometimes even further north. River up, river down. River up, river down, tide in a bar to cross over. 10 miles back we were making good time. Oh, what a way to grow older. River up, river down, tide in a bar to cross over. 10 miles back we were making good time. Oh, what a way to grow older. Hartford docks on a Sunday morn. Ain't got time for the sermon. A good dry hole full of Springfield coal. Got a firebox kicking to starter. Connecticut turns at the Middletown bar. Then it's straight down the river to Adam. Steamboat dock past Joshua Town. Saybrook Point, Long Island. River up, river down. Tide in a bar across over. 10 miles back we were making good time. Oh, what a way to grow. River up, river down, oh, tide in a bar to cross over. 10 miles back we were making good time. Oh, what a way to go. Wind blows hot in the midday sun. Goddamn gasoline engines. Silver from another fish kill makes you wonder about your own condition. Keep an eye on that river and the broken up trees. Bars grow their own kind of garden. Driftwood forests in the riverman's grave, transom and rudders and anchors. River up, river down, tide in a bar across over. 10 miles back we were making good time. Oh, what a way to grow. River up, river down, oh, tide in a bar across over. 10 miles back we were making good time. Oh, what a way to grow. Well, ring Bill Gull, she's a-laughing at me, says you can't keep on boating forever. Some poet fella says he's crossing the bar, but he ain't spent time on this river. But he ain't felt nothing like the hush of the night when you're making 3 knots in slack water. Plan every run by the scent of the shore, the song of the lonely spring peepers. River up, river down, tide in a bar across over. 10 miles back we were making good time. Oh, what a way to grow. River up, river down, oh, tide in a bar across over. 10 miles back we were making good time. Oh, what a way to grow. Boats get you thinking, so I'm thinking again. Spent my whole life on this river, fighting the currents, dodging the bars, working hard just to never make money. But all that I wanted by the end of the year was to see her afloat in December, to know that her wake touched the length of the shore, so the land that I love will remember. Oh, river up, river down, down, tied in a bar across over. 10 miles back, we were making good time. Oh, what a way to roll. River up, river down, oh, tied in a bar across over. 10 miles back, we were making good time. Oh, what a way to grow older. What a way to grow older. Oh, what a way to grow older. Thank you.
Larry, 2 more songs, sir.
Sure.
More.
This is a song called The Secret. And I just get my capo positions. There's a problem when you have 2 capos. You have to figure out 2 different terminologies here. Okay. Not going to tell you much about this song. I think hopefully you'll figure it out. When I was a little boy, my mother said to me, always fear the ocean storms and curse the angry sea. So I never chose the sailor's life or reefed a rain-soaked sail. Spent my youth in Mummy's woods, tarred from the icy gale. And who should I now listen to when the chances all are gone? Ship in a bottle and a captain's chair, old coats you can't put on. And does it matter in the end when all but memory fails? I'll take my storms that might have been and tell my finest tale. When I was a bold young man, my dear wife said to me, beware the things you might have done, they'll haunt you constantly. Beware the taste of the salty spray, waves slapping on the hull. Well, I know there's salt still in your blood, and you do know that well. And who should I now listen to when the chances all are gone? Ship in a bottle and pilot charts, old coats you can't put on. And does it matter in the end when all but memory fails? Take the storms that might have been and tell my finest tales. Now I am a sad old man. The young ones say to me, your eyes are lonely, sailor's eyes, and your voice sounds of the sea. I will keep my secret to myself, say these things may be. Were not it for the sake of love, I might have known the sea. And who should I now listen to when the chances all are gone? Ship in a bottle and an old tide clock, old coats you can't put on. And does it matter in the end when all but memory fails? I'll take my storms from what might have been and tell my finest tale. Well, it sure has been an awful lot of fun to sing in this festival. It's a really special gathering. I just like the fact that so many people are singing and sang all day today, and will be singing tomorrow as well. Not just us, but anyone who wants to. That's democratic, isn't it? Zeb Tilton is a man who has, I think, fairly entered the folklore of the sea now. I travel a lot, and people come up to me and say, I knew someone who knew Zeb's cousin, who knew Zeb's grandniece, and sometimes someone will say, I'm a Tilton. Zeb got around, but he was one thing that gets overlooked is that he was actually a wonderful and brilliant sailor. So strong he could sail the Alice Wentworth himself if he needed to, and sometimes he did. This is a song about Zeb on the day that he finally left the Wentworth. His daughters, Rosalind and Gertrude, escorted him from the vessel back to, I guess it was the nursing home, to say his final farewells to a vessel that he had sailed for many years. Zeb has become a symbol in many ways of a tradition that emphasized hard work and the love of the sea at the same time. And it's always good every once in a while to remind ourselves of that. So this is old Zeb. I'm not tired of the wind, I'm not weary of the sea, but she's probably having her belly full of a damn old coot like me. I'm going ashore, she's gone for better days, but I'll see her topsail flying when I come back off the waves. Oh, to get my Sunday shoes, Gertie, get my walking cane, we'll take another walk to see old Alice sail again. Well, I'd like to have a nickel for the men I used to know who could load 3/4 of lumber in half an hour or so, who could put on sail by Holland instead of donkeying around. Then I'd be the poorest coaster man this side of Edgartown. Oh, Rose, get my Sunday shoes, Gertie, get my walking cane, we'll take another walk to see old Alice sail again. Any fool can work an engine, takes brains to work a sail, and I never seen no steamer make much good out of a gale. You can go and pay your taxes on the ration gas you get, but at least to me the wind is free, we haven't run out yet. Oh, Rosie, get my Sunday shoes, Gertie, get my walking cane, we'll take another walk to see old Alice sail again. Well, if I ever get back to her, I'll treat her just the same. I'll jive her when I wanna, boys, and I'll sail in the freezing rain. Well, I'll park that old boat on the beach and go dancing in the town, 'cause a man who's fit for hanging probably never will get drowned. Oh, Rosie, get my Sunday shoes, Gertie, get my walking cane, we'll take another walk to see old Alice sail again. Oh, Rosie, get my Sunday shoes, Gertie, get my walking cane, we'll take again. We'll take another walk to see old Dallas sail again.
A classic. Larry,
Thank you.
thank you so much. Let's have a hand. You can unmute for this one, folks. A nice round of applause for Larry Kaplan. Let's hear it. Woo! Yeah.
Thank you
Okay.
very much.
Time to mute up again. It's time to mute up again. In a couple of minutes, we'll be joined by Ron and Natalie. But right now, we're going to have our second tie winner of this year's Portsmouth Maritime Folk Festival songwriting competition, Jono Gray. And Jono is going to perform his song. I believe it's Captain Macy. Is that right, Jono? Oh, he's got
Yes.
Jono, do you have a fan club or do you pay somebody?
I'm sure I have no idea who that is.
Jono Gray with the tie winner of this year's songwriting competition.
Thanks very much, Nick and Chris and everybody. This is a real treat, and I'd like to sing a song that we're doing with the Portman, our maritime group down here in Newburyport. It's called Captain Macy. So William Macy was my great-great-great-grandfather and the captain of a whale ship off of Nantucket in the mid-1800s. So this song is based on his ship's logs in a book he wrote that was published in 1877 called There She Blows. So this is called Captain Macy. Mm-hmm. Well, my name is Big John Ramsey. I'm a carpenter by trade. I sought to be a whaler, my fortune to be made. We did time on the Lady Anne, battered and time worn, until we found old Macy's ship sailed out on the morn. Sing way, hey Johnny, whack for dilly-I-A. We crew for Captain Macy out from Nantucket Bay. Shipping off to see the world, the wind is at our sail. We crew for Captain Macy, we go to hunt the whale. Well, there's nary a sailor who would not sing good old Macy's praise, though we'll admit that we have all seen far easier days. A bit of porter, hardened bread, some salted pork, a feast through wind and rain and Arctic snow, hunting for the beast. Sing way, hey Johnny, a whack for dilly-I-A. We crew for Captain Macy out from Nantucket Bay. Shipping off to see the world, the wind is at our sail. We crew for Captain Macy, we go to hunt the whale. Mr. Johnson took the lookout, before long he gave a shout. We heard him bellow, there she blows, and then we saw the spout. Oh, where away and how far off, 3 miles and dead ahead. The other ships, they joined the chase, into the depths we led. Sing way, hey Johnny, a whack for dilly-I-A. We crew for Captain Macy out from Nantucket Bay. Shipping off to see the world, the wind is at our sail. We crew for Captain Macy, we go to hunt the whale. Well, Macy told the cook to take his breakfast down at speed. Stand by to brace, go round the yards, the whaleboats took the lead. We rode like madmen to the fish, we came upon her side. Harpoon away and hold it fast, take us for a ride. Sing way, hey Johnny, whack for dilly-I-A. We crew for Captain Macy out from Nantucket Bay. Shipping off to see the world, the wind is at our sail. We crew for Captain Macy, we go to hunt the whale. Well, for 20 months we sailed and whaled against giants, we did toil. The battle's won, the tour is done, our hold we filled with oil. From Peckslip to Nantucket Bar, Brand Point into the brink. With money in our pockets now, we're off to find a drink. Sing way, hey Johnny, a whack for dilly-I-A. We crew for Captain Macy out from Nantucket Bay. Shipping off to see the world, the wind is at our sail. We crew for Captain Macy, we go to hunt the whale. Sing way, hey Johnny, a whack for dilly-I-A. We crew for Captain Macy out from Nantucket Bay. Shipping off to see the world, the wind is at our sail. We crew for Captain Macy, we go to hunt the whale. Ha!
Well done, Jono. Thank you very much. Of course, I've heard it before, so I was singing along. And the same thing I said to Don, I'm waiting for the day we can sing that in a session. And by the second verse, everyone will have the chorus. So thank you very much. John O'Gray, one of the 2 winners of this year's Portsmouth Maritime Folk Festival songwriting competition. Thank you, John.
Thank you.
I want to remind everyone that this festival is not possible without your support. And so in the chat, of course, Lynn has been putting in, oh, there it is. She'll put it in again. The link to make a donation. Check on that, and any contribution you can make, we'd greatly appreciate. We have one more winner to listen to. Last year's winner, Stuart Marcus, will be coming up after our next set of featured performers. Again, when you get a chance, go to that link and make a donation. But right now, I'd like to introduce to you artists that I remember listening to when my son was 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years old. Gullah Gullah Island was on television, and he would watch it all the time, and I'd watch it with him, and we'd sing along sometimes. And now tonight, we have Ron and Natalie Daise, and I'd like to welcome them to the Portsmouth Maritime Folk Festival. We're looking forward to it. Ron and Natalie, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Hello, PMFF virtual viewers. We're joining you from Georgetown, South Carolina, one of the coastal communities of what has become known as the Gullah Geechee Cultural Heritage Corridor.
And so we're in a coastal boating town. Things have certainly changed, but we still get our fresh seafood from the coast. I was listening, I was enjoying all those songs, and I just really wanted to be able to put sort of like a diddly-I-O in our songs. We just don't have a diddly-I-O, maybe by tomorrow, because that was just really cool. Wow. Ron and I have been singing together for a really long time. Once upon a time, we were the kids hanging out with Janie Hunter and the Morning Star Hall singers and the Georgia Sea Island singers. We were the kids, and now we're like the elders. It's like, how did that happen so quick? The song we're going to start with, to tell you the truth, it's old, and I don't know where it came from. It's actually a medley that we kind of put together of 2 old songs that have been passed down somehow, The 2 songs are I'm a Rollin' and We've Been Coming a Long Time.
I'm a rollin', I'm a rollin', I'm a rollin' through this unfriendly world. I'm a rollin', I'm a rollin' through this unfriendly world. I'm a rollin', I'm a rollin', I'm a rollin' through this unfriendly world. I'm a rollin', I'm a rollin' through this unfriendly world. We've been coming a long time, oh yes. We've been coming a long time, oh yes. We've been coming a long time, coming a long time, coming a long time, oh yes. We had trials on the way, oh yes. We had trials on the way, oh yes. We had trials on the way, trials on the way, but we've been coming a long time, oh yes. Ooh, 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 ooh. Rolling, I am rolling through this unfriendly world. Now, this is a song, a Negro spiritual, first documented a long time ago in 1867 in the Atlantic Monthly, magazine of spirituals heard from the place of my birth on St. Helena Island, South Carolina. I'm sure you're familiar with it. Michael rowed the boat ashore. But from whatever context you've learned that song, think about if the boatmen at any time were thinking of that song, using it as a coded message song because they had hopes of freedom. Michael rowed a boat ashore, hallelujah. 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 In my heart, I want to be free. Hallelujah. Brothers, sisters, come and go with me. Hallelujah. Michael rowed a boat ashore. Hallelujah. Michael rowed a boat ashore. Hallelujah. Jump on board and take a ride. Hallelujah. Milk and honey on the other side. Hallelujah. Michael rowed a boat ashore. Hallelujah. Michael rowed a boat ashore. Hallelujah. One by one and two by two. Hallelujah. No more burdens for me and you. Hallelujah. Oh, Michael rowed a boat ashore. Hallelujah. Michael rowed the boat ashore. Hallelujah.
So thinking about boats and their symbology and hopes, I have a relationship with Harriet Tubman. Me too. We hang out. Some years ago, I had done a lot of research about Harriet Tubman, and I used to do this one-woman theatrical show. And one of the things I learned about her that is one of her early opportunities for escape. She let folk know. She said, "You listen for the old woman singing in the road," and she would be singing "The Old Ship of Zion." And when they heard the old woman singing "The Old Ship of Zion," they would know. And the old woman was actually Harriet, who was not old at all, but she would just look like an old woman singing, and they would know that that was the key to follow her. It's the old ship of Zion. It's the old ship of Zion. It's the old ship of Zion. Get on board. Get on board. There's no danger in the water. There's no danger in the water. There's no danger in the water. Get on board. Get on board. She has landed many a thousand. She has landed many a
thousand. She has landed many a thousand. Get on board, get on board.
Oh, King Jesus is the captain. Oh, King Jesus is the captain. Oh, King Jesus is the captain. Get on board. Get on board. It's the old ship of Zion.
It's the old ship of Zion.
It's the old ship of Zion.
Get on board. Get on board. And here's another song about the waterways. We're gonna win this warfare. And where? Down by the riverside. We're gonna win this warfare. Down by the river. We're gonna win this warfare. Down by the riverside. We're gonna win this warfare. Down by the river. We're gonna win this warfare. Down by the riverside. I wanna go to heaven and I wanna go right down by the river. I wanna go to heaven all dressed in white down by the riverside. We're gonna win this warfare down by the river. We're gonna win this warfare down by the riverside. One by one and two by two down by the river. I'm crossing on over. How about you? Down by the riverside. Oh, we're gonna win this warfare. Where? Down by the river. We're gonna win this warfare. Down by the riverside. We're gonna win this warfare. Down by the river. We're gonna win this warfare down by the riverside.
That's fun. I gotta drink some water after that one. We have been having a lot of fun for 38 years singing.
Yeah, how about that?
I know. We started singing together, I keep saying when we were 2, and then we just kept on. This next one is very familiar. It's been around a long time. When I was a little girl, my 2 brothers and I had a trio, and we used to sing it real little. We didn't understand a lot about it. We didn't know about its use in the Underground Railroad. We didn't know that the colors were coded messages, but it was a fun song to sing. It's still a fun song to sing. I'm gonna need some more water before we sing it, though.
All right.
Because I started in my
Wet
lowest.
your whistle.
I started in the low register. Okay. Now, when we travel around, we used to go to schools, and you're like, these kids are like, oh my God, they're gonna sing these old songs. Oh my God, they're gonna sing these old songs. And then we'd sing this, and they'd all go, we know that. Okay. I think that's it. I think maybe it's there. Ready?
Wade in the water, wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water.
You see that host all dressed in white.
God's gonna trouble the water.
They look like the children of the Israelite.
God's gonna trouble the water. You
Everybody
better wade in the water.
Everybody wait.
Wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water.
You see that host all dressed in red.
God's gonna trouble the water.
They look like the children that Moses led.
God's gonna trouble the water. You better
Everybody
wade in the water.
Everybody wait.
Wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. God's gonna trouble the water. God's gonna trouble the water. God will trouble the water. You see, when the enslaved Africans would flee, they'd run through the marshes and through the fields. There would be bloodhounds sent on their tracks to find their scents. And those who were left behind would begin singing that song to remind them what they needed to do to throw the dogs off of their scent. What they needed to wade in the water. Now, this is a song Frankie and Doug Quimby, I would hear them singing, the Georgia Sea Island Singers. It was about a song that the stevedores, the dock workers, would sing. And it was all about, because it was a lot of difficult work, and the ship captains sometimes would not pay them what they were due. So the song was, "Pay me my money down." I thought I heard the captain say, "Pay me my money down. Tomorrow is our sailing day. Pay me my money down. Oh, pay me, you owe me. Pay me my money down. Pay me, you'll go to jail. Pay me my money down." As soon as the boat was clear the bar, pay me my money down. The captain knocked me down with a spar. Pay me my money down. Oh, pay me, you owe me. Pay me my money down. Pay me or go to jail. Pay me my money down. If I had been a rich man's son, pay me my money down. I sit on the river and watch it run. Pay me my money down. Oh, pay me, you owe me. Pay me my money down. Pay me or go to jail. Pay me my money down. For 40 nights at sea. Pay me my money down. Captain worked the last dollar out of me. Pay me my money down. Now pay me, you owe me. Pay me my money down. Pay me or go to jail. Pay me my money down. Pay me, you owe me. Pay me my money down. Pay me or go to jail. Pay me my money down. Pay me my money down. Pay me my money down. Pay me my money down.
I said Doug and Frankie Quimby would do that. Doug would sing that, and we would watch them, and they were like, you know, true performers gonna sing to the end. The last time I saw them together, Doug was sick, and they drove up in the station wagon. Doug was so sick he was laying down in the back of the station wagon when he arrived, just laying there. And then it was time to get on the stage, and Doug got up from his prone position, got up on the stage, and was all there. Pay me my money down. He had a stick that he would keep rhythm. Pay me my money down. Pay me my money down. And then after the show, he got back and he laid back down in the back of the station wagon. But, you know, that's what we do, you know. Storytellers, musicians, singers, we will do it till the end, until the end. He's passed on now, but I always think of him doing that. And like I said, we sing and followed them around for almost 20 years. So this next song, well, this is sort of like the, you know, this is like the antithesis of the fight, okay? The antithesis of the fight. Still water song. We try to think of lots of songs at the water tonight. I'm gonna lay down my burden
Down by
the riverside.
Down by
the riverside.
Down by
the riverside.
I'm gonna lay down my burden down by
the riverside
and study war no more.
Well, I ain't gonna
Study war no more.
I ain't gonna
Study war no more.
I ain't gonna
Study war no more. I ain't gonna study war no more.
I ain't gonna
Study war no more.
Ain't gonna
Study war no more.
I'm gonna lay down my sword and shield
Down by
the riverside.
Down by
the riverside.
Down by
the riverside.
I'm gonna lay down my sword and shield down by the riverside and study war no more.
Well, I ain't gonna
Study war no more.
I ain't gonna
Study war no more.
I ain't gonna
Study war no more. Well, I ain't gonna study war no more.
ain't gonna
Study war no more.
ain't gonna
Study war no more.
Well, I ain't gonna
Study war no more.
ain't gonna
Study war no more.
ain't gonna
Study war no more. Well, I ain't gonna study war no more.
ain't gonna
Study war no more.
ain't gonna
Study war no more. One of the songs of the Sea Island communities that were used during the Civil Rights era. Now, this was a song that takes me back because I remember this song being sung. It would be sung during a creek shore baptism. If you wanted to join the church, you would be dressed all in white. There would be a white cloth around your head. You wear a white robe. The deacon would march before you with a long pole going down into the water on early on a Sunday morning. And that pole, of course, was to make sure that there was no hole that you might fall in as you walked out to the middle of the creek. And the pastor was there because you were getting ready for this baptism. And from the church all the way down to the waterway, this song would be sung. Take me to the water. Take me to the water. Take me to the water to be baptized. Take me to the water. Take me to the water. Take me to the water to be baptized. None but the righteous. None but the righteous. None but the righteous shall see God. Take me to the water. Take me to the water. Take me to the water to be baptized. Sinner, do you love Jesus? Do you love Jesus? Do you love Jesus? Yes, I do. Take me to the water. Take me to the water. Take me to the water to be baptized.
So we've been trying to be real cool with our time, so we're gonna put in one more, if that's all right with you, Nick. Wow. I love this song, and once again, you know, it's an old song. It's a spiritual. Where they come from, we don't really know. We know that the very first spirituals recorded, written down in this country, were actually from St. Helena Island, which is Ron's home, and published in the Atlantic Monthly, collected by Charlotte Fortin, who was a fourth generation free woman who had come south in 1862 to participate in the Port Royal experiment. You know, the Union soldiers had come down up through Hilton Head area, came up through Hilton Head, what we call Hilton Head now, in Port Royal Sound, and had gotten a stronghold. And so the formerly enslaved now on these islands, they're now freemen. And Charlotte came down to help with the school. So this song, I don't know, it just kind of speaks to me. Like I said, we've been singing it a long time.
Yeah.
So we'll sing it.
For all the festival viewers and for all the coordinators of this program, it's a song of hope. We'll stand the storm, it won't be long. We'll anchor by and by. We'll stand the storm, it won't be long. We'll anchor by and by. We'll stand the storm, it won't be long. We'll anchor by and by. We'll stand the storm, it won't be long. We'll anchor by and by. A ship is on the ocean. We'll anchor by and by. A ship is on the ocean. We'll anchor by and by. Oh yes, we'll stand the storm. It won't be long. We'll anchor by and by. We'll stand the storm. It won't be long. We'll anchor by and by. We're headed for the harbor. We'll anchor by and by. We're headed for the harbor. We'll anchor by and by. Oh yes, we'll stand the storm. It won't be long. We'll anchor by and by. We'll stand the storm. It won't be long. We'll anchor by and by.
Whoa!
It's been a joy.
Oh, thank you so much. What a treat, Ron and Natalie. You guys can all unmute and give Ron and Natalie a big round of applause. They deserve it. Okay,
Powerful.
now mute up again. Mute up again, please, because we have the winner of last year's Portsmouth Maritime Folk Festival Songwriting Competition, Stuart Marcus.
Nick,
On a
before we do that, I want to make sure Ron and Natalie read the comments in the Zoom.
Yes.
Great enthusiasm there, and some comments that I forwarded over from the YouTube stream as well. Your stuff is amazing. I think you know that, but you are well appreciated. Thank you so much, and we've got to get you in
amazing.
Portsmouth as soon as we can.
Ron and Natalie, ladies and gentlemen. All right, Stuart Marcus is actually at a break between sets of his own show, so here he is to perform the song that won last year, our songwriting competition. Stuart, go for it, my friend.
Thanks so much, Nick. Can you all hear me?
Yeah, everybody else mute up, please.
Pleasure to be here, and thanks for squeezing me in. When the seas are calm and the sky is fair and the winds are light and warm, it's hard to picture in your mind what it's like at the height of the storm. But seas can change and winds grow foul in hurl a ship will leave, and the Gloucester ladies wait and pray for the men to return from the sea. 400 years the men set out the Grand Banks fortified, with one eye on the fishing rig, the other toward the sky. For the sudden storm is such the north, with great ferocity, and the Gloucester ladies wait and pray for the men to return from the sea. 10,000 men set sail again, in good ships torn and free, and the Gloucester ladies wait and pray for the men to return from the sea. A pitchfork wave strikes from ahead, a approaching sea from the side. Her pockets buried in the trough, and the crew end up in the tide. So many men not seen again, God bless their family. And the Gloucester ladies wait and pray for the men to return from the sea. 10,000 men set sail again in good ships tall and free. And the Gloucester ladies wait and pray for the men to return from the sea. In the old church hall there stands a wall, 10,000 names upon. For every man who worked the sea and disappeared thereon, and every one a mother's son, a sweetheart or a friend. But a watery grave is all they have, no resting place to tend. 10,000 men set sail again in good ships tall and free. And the Gloucester ladies wait and pray for the men to return from the sea. 10,000 men set sail again in good ships tall and free. And the Gloucester ladies wait and pray for the men to return from the sea.
Right. Stuart
Thank you very
Marcus.
much.
By the way, Stuart Marcus also came in second this year for the songwriting competitions. You got a gold medal and a silver medal, brother. Well done. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thanks for getting me in. I got to get back to my own gig now.
All right. Thank you, Stuart.
Thank you. Take
Coming
care
up
now.
next is AJ Wright, and AJ is going to need a bit of a sound check, I think, very short.
Hello.
But AJ, why don't you connect right now? There is AJ. Thanks, Stuart. Okay, everybody else mute except for me and AJ. AJ, get a quick check right after I remind folks to go and make a donation. The link will be posted by Lynn, and make a donation. We're doing really well, and we love your support, and we love this music. All right, AJ Wright, you want to try a little sound check, my friend?
Absolutely, and I'm going to put it on gallery view so that we can see all of you. As you can see, I have added another person.
And who have you added? Introduce, please.
Yeah, so the festival and the other gig that we had today were both incredibly accommodating, and so I brought one of my bandmates back from my other gig. This is Yves Corbière, who was also one of the shantymen at Mystic Seaport. And so we're going to be doing a bunch of that stuff. And I might actually even make her lead some so I get to harmonize, because we thought you guys would like to hear harmony. It's been a long day.
That's all right. You know I'm a sucker for harmony. AJ Wright and Yves Corbière, I'm going to leave you guys alone. Check the sound and kick right in. I won't bother you until I say, AJ, time for one more song. Until then, I will shut up. The show is yours.
Cool. All right. We should probably sound check with the concertina, because that's the thing that's going to be an issue. Let me look at the set list. We have one of those. Oof. Turn off the. like they like it. Ugh. Hard to beat a fiddle in a concertina. But we're gonna try. This is... Now I tuned this about 3 minutes ago, but we'll find out if it's still in tune.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call that close enough for folk music. This is a song I've been singing for a very long time. And actually, it was the first song that I ever heard somebody sing when I visited Mystic Seaport. I heard Dave Littlefield sing it when I went as a visitor. But it was a different version than the thing that I knew, which was very exciting. Come all you bold young men, a warning take by me, never to lead yourselves astray into no bad company, as I myself have done in the merry month of May, when I was seized by a press master from a warship in the bay. As we were sailing along so high, who should we meet but a French man of war, and to her we did draw nigh. We hoisted aloft our flag, and bloody flag did let fly. Let every man stand firm to his guns, for the Lord knows who will die. Oh, the decks they were sprinkled with blood, and the cannon so loudly did roar. How I did wish myself at home, along with my Polly on the shore. She's a tall and a slender lass, with a dark and a roll-ahead eye. As I lay bleeding on the deck, it's for your sweet sake I will die. May the Union Jack be unfurled on every land and clime. Long may the deeds of bold sailormen be extolled till the end of time. So come all you bold young men, one warning take by me, to lead yourselves astray into no bad company. All right. Oof. Water. And my set list, which I normally keep up on my computer, but my computer, I'm just making sure that nobody's telling me anything I desperately need to hear. Yeah, concertinas is an issue. Cool. If there's something in the chat I need to see, just wave frantically.
And look slightly panicked. That
Yeah.
helps.
The funny thing is, my housemate just moved out, so we're actually looking at every piece of furniture in my apartment right now. Which I did not realize the unexpected side effect of that is that this room just sounds great right now.
It's true, yeah. That's the, yeah.
Oh, let's do Larry Moore. I normally do this one standing up, but I think I'd have my head cut off if I did.
But then your head would be reattached
It's true.
afterward.
It's true. This is another classic from when we were working together, which most of the stuff we're going to be doing right now is. We are 2 parts of a trio called Skylark. We also have a banjo player, but she is quite a distance away in Maine.
But living the maritime life, so don't worry about her too much.
Yeah, the 3 of us did go on a schooner for a week, like a month ago.
That's a good activity.
It was a good activity. All right. I don't think I need to give too much exposition on this song, but it's got a great chorus. Let's see if I can pitch it at this time of night. In Frisco town there lived a man, and Larry Marr was his name. And in the days of the Cape Horn trade, he played the old Shanghai game. In the old Virginia lowlands, lowlands low. In the old Virginia lowlands low. 5 or 6 old drunken shellbacks standing at the bar, and Larry, he was serving them from the big 5-gallon jar. In the old Virginia lowlands, lowlands low. In the old Virginia lowlands low. Shellbacks and farmers just the same strolled into Larry Marr's and sailed away around Cape Horn, helped by that big stone jar. In the old Virginia lowlands, lowlands low. In the old Virginia lowlands low. Now a hell ship, she was wanting hands of full red-blooded tars, and Larry and the missus primed the beer from that big 5-gallon jar. In the old Virginia lowlands, lowlands low. In the old Virginia lowlands low. In Frisco town their name is known, as is the Cape Horn bars, and the dope they served up to old Jack from that big 5-gallon jar. In the old Virginia lowlands, lowlands low. In the old Virginia lowlands low. In Frisco town there lived a man, and Larry Marr was his name. And in the days of the Cape Horn trade, he played the old Shanghai game. All right.
Larry Marr, it just makes you appreciate our bars that we have now, or our bars that we had before COVID.
Yeah. Like it talks about and everybody knowing his name, but my favorite name of a Shanghaier is Chicken Kelly. Which one of my Williams Mystic classmates ended up being nicknamed Chicken for the rest of the semester.
I'm gonna put that on the list of things not to name the baby.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the baby.
Oh gosh.
Not named Chicken.
Let's do our hornpipe set.
Oh yeah, that's a nice one.
Let me make sure I remember our hornpipe set.
I remember what they're called.
You know what my one's called. Yeah. All right.
So
I always forget how the A part of the first one goes.
Yeah.
The rest of it I have.
Yes, a couple of those tunes that you have to start with the B part in your mind and then jump in with your instrument. But we've already solved that problem.
Mm-hmm. hornpipe, followed up by the Staten Island hornpipe, and that one note, is the ferry horn. It's technically just a C, but it's hard to
resist bending it, as they say.
Honestly, on a concertina, it's really hard to resist doing everything you can to a hornpipe. It's the natural playground of the concertina. Yeah. Solid vibes. A maritime song that has had a lot of different lives. This is, I was gonna say lesser known, but I bet most of you have heard this version before. Shore whaling, rowing song. Through it. That's the stuff that comes out of the big bottle marked for singing. Some of you know what that means. Solid fast, I come to tell you, who row my rolling river. Solid fast, I come to tell you, we are bound away from this world of misery. Nobody knows about our hardship. Who row my rolling river? Only God Almighty don't know about our danger. We are bound away from this world of misery. Nobody knows about our toiling. Who row my rolling river? out our toiling. We are bound away from this world of misery. Wail ahead, my little gunman, cry out. Hurrah, my rolling river. Solid fast, my little captain, answer. We are bound away from this world of misery. Solid fast, I come to tell you. Hurrah, my rolling river. Solid fast, I come to tell you. We are bound away from this world of misery. We put them all to
AJ, we got time for, I could listen to this all night, but we have time for 2 more songs.
Greenland and Jackie Tar.
Aren't they great?
Perfect. Stick with whaling. The most popular whaleman song documented in the highest number of places. This is the version that we both like a lot that has less of a chorus, so we're sorry. But at least you got some harmony going here. Good. Ooh. They've took us jolly fishermen a-fishing for the whale on the 4th day of August in 1864. Bound for Greenland we set sail. Our lookout stood on the cross trees high with a spyglass in his hand. There's a whale, there's a whale, there's a whalefish, he cried, and she blows at every span. Our captain stood on the quarter deck, and a sad man was he. Overhaul, let your jacket tackles fall, and we launched them boats to sea. Well, we struck that whale and the line paid out, but she gave off flurry with her tail, and the boat capsized. We lost 4 of our men, and we never caught that whale. Oh, Greenland is a horrid place where our fishermen have to go, where the rose and the lily never bloom in spring. No, there's only ice and snow. Oh, I like that version. You may have seen us laughing. Made a very conscious choice to limit the number of men that drowned to a number unlike 7 or 10 that would be feasible to have in a whaleboat. Because that is a number that varies wildly between versions.
Also, why drown more people than you need to?
Yeah.
Any given.
Absolutely. We did our hornpipes before. These are 2 genuinely maritime tunes. You want to talk about them?
Yeah, Jackie Tar. Jackie Tar is another hornpipe. But followed by Off She Goes. Jackie Tar, named after the sweet-smelling tar that sailors smelled. Some people like it. The sailors used to waterproof lines, and that also used to waterproof, the hair and their clothes or whatever they felt like waterproofing. Jackie Tar was an affectionate nickname for sailors, not a derogatory one. And Off She Goes, very optimistic, almost
sprightly.
Yeah. an almost silly jig. It was played when ships were leaving the harbor, especially for the first time. Because why not believe that everything is going to go well in a major key? Ready? Yes.
No, I was not ready. Let's try that again.
You were going to play the other tune again.
No, it was that one's the one I kept trying to play instead of other tunes. Here we go. One, two,
AJ and Eve, awesome job. Awesome job. Aren't they wonderful?
Thank you guys, and thank you for letting me bring her along.
Let's unmute and give them a loud round of applause, folks. I heard a huzzah. Now, Chris Madden, correct me if I'm wrong, but we have another open sing coming up just for a little while, an end sing in about a half an hour once we figure out what we're doing with our lives. I want to thank everybody for being part of tonight's show, and I particularly want to thank those who've given generously. I am in awe of the generosity of folks. If you do want to make a donation and you haven't yet, check out the link that Lynn's going to pop up one last time. And of course, there's always tomorrow. Make sure you also find the link for the schedule, because tomorrow, starting at noon, we've got a whole bunch of other great music coming up. Chris, it's yours now. You're the boss. I just babble.
Yeah, thank you so much to everybody, bloody everybody. I don't think I've ever had a job I enjoyed as much as when AJ was my boss and Eve was my coworker. I sure wasn't doing it for the money. I miss playing and singing with you. The Daises, always amazing to hear, but seeing the reactions of some of the people who had never had the joy of hearing them before was just so wonderful. The folks on YouTube love them. And this is all going to be recorded, or is being recorded and will be available for the future. So it'll be great to see as more people get to discover their music. And Larry Kaplan, who I've gotten to know a bit over the years, and just it's fantastic to be able to bring him to this audience. All of the other performers today, don't forget there's more tomorrow. Performers don't forget there's more tomorrow, but also audience don't forget. All of the community singers, all of the listeners, all of the donors, the board members, the advisors. This has been 2 years in the making. We wanted it to be in person. We couldn't, but we put this together, and I think it's going very well. I'm so amazed and impressed and pleased. I forget to mention the volunteers. Mustn't forget the volunteers. You made this possible as well. We could not have done this. Well, maybe we could have done it, but we'd all be completely burned out. You're keeping us sane and alive, so thank you. Yes, there is an after sing, as when we gather in person in Portsmouth after the concert, then a bunch of idiots without better sense go and stay up until the wee hours singing somewhere. So we're going to do that online as well. This channel is going to stay open. The YouTube stream is going to stop, but this channel is going to stay open for another community sing for as long as people are willing to keep doing it. So just don't forget that the fun starts again tomorrow at noon with an open hymn sing and a couple of other performances. We'll see you all there, I hope. Thank you.
And we'll see some of you later tonight, by the way, but it's been absolutely fabulous. I want to give credit to Chris Madden. Without Chris Madden's passion for this festival, I don't think any of us would have had the courage to try to make it happen again. I know I never would have become a treasurer, which still baffles me. But thank you, brother. And we some very, very generous donations, but also just keeping the music alive. Ron and Natalie, are you still here? Because I would give my right arm to be able to sing with you two at some point. I
want you to keep both your arms, but I hope we can.
All right. We've had lists, we've people singing in Australia and people singing in the UK and people singing in multiple different states and around the world. And some of them had our open sing earlier, folks from France and Belgium and just everywhere. Sweden, was it Sweden? Yes. Or Denmark, actually.
Singing in Swedish from Denmark.
Yeah. So anyhow, I just want everybody to give Chris a hand because he's made this possible as well. Thank you, brother.
I'm coming off mute for that.
I got shoved to the front of the parade, but there wouldn't have been a parade without everybody else there. So thank you all. On that note, I'm going to shut the YouTube off, and then we can speak a little more freely. Thank you all, and good night.
Good night.
All right.